Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the 8th day of mindfulness session. Mindfulness, the journey to greatness. Thank you for staying with us for this long, and I hope you stay with us for the next days as well. So, without further ado, I would invite Professor Samdu to take the session further.
Thank you, Anubhav. Thank you so much, friends who are out there listening to us every day. And I hope the 7 days which we completed yesterday has been a useful time for those of you who have been attending. My sessions are not something theoretical. Mainly, they are very practice-oriented sessions, and I hope really is going to be very helpful for you for rest of the days. In fact, today we had a meeting with the director, and then our chairman informed him that wellness, the institute wellness group has organized this, that I'm teaching the course. He was very happy to hear about it. So I hope it's helpful to you. I wish I could ask you what are 7 days brought to you. But I think it's not possible to see you and ask you because the system has been a bit different thrown on YouTube, I think. Anyway, let's bring a calming effect to ourselves. Let's take a deep breath in and out and listen to the bell. Please try to make a quick check of yourself in the body, in your heart, and in your mind. Feel the body from head to toe, toe to head. If you have any uneasiness, just try to relax. Take your awareness to your head. See if you have any emotions there. Try to calm yourself down. Say, I'm calm. Take your mind to your heart and arise love, bliss, joy, happiness. Okay, friends, today is the 8th day. We have crossed a week. We are starting into second week, first day of the second week. Today is the 17th of August, 2020. Tomorrow is our 70th foundation day of IIT Kharagpur. So please participate. It's very close to our Independence Day, of course. So again, coming back to our discipline, a reminder, please do every day when you wake up, pull yourself on the bed and send a gratitude to the universe that you have 24 hours in front of you. Thank your parents, thank your friends and others that make a difference in your life, that have made a difference in your life. Reflect yesterday. What did you do yesterday? Take a resolve for today. What you want to arrive at or become or try to become. And think what you can do better today as opposed to yesterday. Then after this, close your eyes, and maybe you still close your eyes, that's fine. And what you do is you meditate. Meditation is just listening to your breathing in and breathing out. If thoughts arise, just ask the thoughts to leave you, and you concentrate on your breathing in and breathing out. If your body is too tired, you'll fall asleep even then. But just keep focusing on your breath, flowing with the breath. And if you want a mantra, then use breathing in, my mind is calm. Breathing out, I put a smile on my face. Something like this. This is a mantra. Okay? So you can have your word for this mantra for your own self. Whatever it is in your own language. Breathing in, a mantra, a word. Breathing out, a word. So just repeat in that word, out that word. So that's how you do your mindful breathing meditation. Out of the bed, of course, rehearse your affirmations. You must have placed them in visible places as you move around. Try to also start rehearsing them, because like I said, if you keep on rehearsing in no time, in less than a year time, this will set in your mind. Then you do your exercise, 30 minutes. Sweating exercise is a must, my friends. And then your use of your four limbs is a must. Okay. Then you should also have your cardiovascular exercise where you breathe heavily. That will help your cardiovascular exercising. Then you you take your bath, a mindful bath where you feel the water flow, how you feel in your body, the soap, and your hands with the soap. So be very mindful. Then you eat your breakfast, of course. Maybe you drink a tea before that. Also try to see in the tea the sugar cane, the tea gardens, the people working, the sugar factory maybe, or I don't know, it could be Jagare. The people have been working in a small different factories, whatever is your taste. And maybe if you whiten with the milk, then of course try to see the cow herders, and people who have made your tea possible, including the clouds in the sky. Because of the rain, we have the rain down, we have the water, and then we are able to drink that. So try to see that, take a smell, put a muzzle full, roll that in your mouth and swallow. Then you have your breakfast, again a mindful eating. Think about how this food is come all the way from Mother Earth, nourished by sun, air, water, hard and loving work of farmers, onto your table. Whoever has prepared, be grateful as you chew. You'll have chewed 27 plus times by then. Swallow it, half the food is already digested, and it does not bother your stomach, because principally by rule that you should digest half of it in your mouth. But what happens, we just almost swallow it. So we have to take care of that. Then start your normal 8 hours work, whatever your work consists of at your home. Try and help your parents. Probably now you're still, you're not, the classes haven't started. So, try to learn some kind of new skills at home. Help your parents, do the work, and have a deep listening mechanisms built in you. So whenever someone talks, give the ear to them without judgment, without analysis, without any kind of assessment. Then you also try and find little time to listen to music and as well read inspirational books. Then you have a mindful eating dinner, same like the lunch. Then you have meditation with your family together. Do a sharing. Whatever comes in your heart that moment, just share it. No criticism, no analysis. Inform everybody. This is the sharing that we will do in the family. Involve everybody, your parents, your siblings, even people who are helping you at home can sit outskirt if they can't sit with you, because some cultures don't allow you to sit together and eat together. But I consider everybody a human being. I see my friends, they don't allow their house workers to sit with them and eat, but I don't care, because they are human beings like us. So depends. It's your culture. I don't want to say what is right and wrong. Whatever you do, do it mindfully. Then, of course, after the sharing, do a noble silence until the breakfast next morning. Try not to talk with others, and also try not to talk to your mind. Of course, if there's emergency, you cannot help it. In other words, please try to also keep your phones in distance so that it doesn't bother you. And when you lie down on the bed, try and scan every part of your body. Very, very important, because you will touch your body will rejuvenate, it'll relax, and it will, when your mind is touching your body, it will also rebuild itself. Okay? So I thought I'll stop on the 5th day. Then I felt, no, I should continue, because the more I remind you, the more probably you will be attuned to doing it. Okay? So today's intention, let us build today's intention. Today's intention is, today and every day, I live with my own design and not by default. Often, if we are early users of computer, we just use the configuration that it comes with. Once we become an advanced users, then we remove that default and create our own design, how we want to use the computer. So it's the same thing, okay? So here, we have to learn to live by design and not by default. Because what is defaulted is for a general public, for a general needs. Now, if you, sometimes we react without building it in the minds, then it becomes a reaction, because it's not proactive at all. So there is a stimuli and there is a reaction, and then of course you break. But then, like I said, there are 5 endowment God has given us. Our conscience, our self-will, our self-awareness, our imagination, our memory, memories for the past and for the future as well. So all these needs to be used as we try to live by design. Anything that's created twice in our mind. First is the thought. The next is your creation as a plan, as an architectural plan, or as a project plan, or as an action plan. So you see, we need to look into our plans only after we design it at the mind. So what do we design here is basically our vision. What do we want to be in life? You are all in 3rd year, 2nd year, maybe, I don't know, 4th year, some of you, or 1st year even. There's no one in 1st year. So, I think we need to vision after you've completed this, what you want to do. Of course, definitely, one is that you want to do a job. Now, to get to a job, you have to, on the 3rd year, attend your interviews so that you're placed out into the world wherever you have a dream to work. But that is the dream, that is the vision. I want to work in US, I want to work in Germany, I want to work in Japan. Now, to work there, what do you need to do? Now, from there, you have to draw back your vision. You need to envision your outcome. Not that you want to be there. Like when you think about a house, you start to walk in the rooms, you start to work, think the laying of the furnitures, you want to see where the wall comes, where the corridors would be, where the kitchen would be, where the toilet would be, all that you imagine in your mind, right? And then, of course, that is the first design that you create in mind. Then the next one is you put it on the paper. But you see, we need to not only think, I want to go to Germany. That's just a kind of an aim. It doesn't become a vision. Vision is when you envisage your outcome. In Germany or Japan, I would do this and have this production in my hand. Or I would be this. You should target at that. And that is envisioning. Once you are envisioned, then you have to walk back to today. Where are you now to reach there? And what do you need to do every day? And we have been talking for the last 7 days exactly on this path of how we can become better, a greater human being by these practices that I have been talking thus far, and I'm still going to talk, because all this is going to define who you are, how you're going to work, and how you can create a better self. How are you going to create your own self and help create others as well? So it is a journey. So how to do this, to probably tomorrow we will try and touch on this. But remember that we need to look at the outcome and then only walk back. Just thinking about something is not a good way of envisioning. We have to create an outcome. That's a must. Then we need to create and live by a personal mission statement. Very important. I keep on telling this, that self-affirmation mission statements are very powerful. I give you the example of Mahatma Gandhi. He lived with those, whoever he was. Maybe many do not like him. I have realized this. But I think if you go back to his life history, you appreciate how he was kicked out of trains from in South Africa, and from where he took the resolve to fight the inequality. And I think he went all through to do the same. Anyway, an inspirational self-affirmation he carried, self-resolve he carried. So you can interchangeably use them. I've given you examples already. So here is another example. Create a life by a personal mission statement. And I've just given, I think I've already given you examples. So a mission statement could be that I would like to be loyal. Finish. Now you have to transcribe what loyal means. That one sentence could be good enough. Or you would say, I will become this, or I shall become this. You know, if you put, I will become a loving person. What does loving mean? I will become a realist. What does it mean? I'll become a proactive person. What does it mean? I'll become a positive person. What does it mean? So you have to, if you transcribe that one word when you speak, the meaning will be translated in our minds. So if I say, I will always live in abundance, what does that mean? That means I will, for me, it means I will live with interdependence, and I know that interdependence has everything in abundance: the air, the sun, the rain, the beautiful nature out there, you know, the love of the people, the care from others. All this is in abundance. So unless you define what that word means, you'll have no value. So you need to say, I will become a positive human being. So what does positivity really mean? You need to transcribe that. You need to decipher that and find a complete meaning, so that once you arise the meaning of it, when you say proactive, that will start building in your mind naturally. So some of the results that we get when we take this journey of envisioning our outcome and living by mission statements is that we will have our desired results always. Whatever we desire, it will come to us, because it's not only in the mind that we play, we also have a plan in place. Okay? You'll have a greater sense of meaning and purpose in life because you are walking with it. So you'll feel a part of it, and you'll very easily achieve it. In other words, you'll begin to set criteria for deciding what is not important, because often, like other day I gave an example. I'm working on my project, and I have to give it tonight, but my friend comes and says, let's go for a billiard, and then you just reluctantly agree to go. And who suffers? You suffer, right? So what is important for you at that point of time, you need to decide. So try to eliminate unimportant from important. Okay? Often, if we always live with our plan, we will never get into emergency, will never get into urgency, and we will always be in the best of our capabilities. That is only when we live with our plans. We live with our plans. Please live with your plans. And our outcome all the time will continue to improve if we just live by envisioning the outcome and living with our mission statements. Okay? So an example of mission statement here. I shall forgive others. I shall accept things as they come and let it go. I shall be successful. This is just an example only. I shall not speak wrong. I shall love every creation of the universe. In the same way, you can have 5, 6, sentences, and you can paste everywhere. Like also you can have beautiful, meaningful things like give without reason, love without condition. Those words you can place everywhere in your spaces, and the quality of your thoughts actually brings us to our happiness or unhappiness. So thoughts like this you can also post everywhere so that you're reminded often. Deep listening is more important for me. Something like this, deep listening before replying. Somewhere you paste it so that, if you have the problem of not listening, then you can place that as your mission statement, as your self-affirmation. I will listen deeply to someone who talks to me. You can place everywhere and remind yourself so often that you will start to follow that practice very easily. If you are angry, just say that anger is a punishment that I give to myself. Paste it somewhere in your spaces, wherever you see very often. And if the anger draws during that time, you'll realize, oh, no, take a deep breath, shift your thoughts, shift your position. The anger is gone. Okay, friends, is that all right? So let's go to our meditation now. Today we will do it something on the personal statement, on the personal level of our lives. Okay. What did I do? Skip. Okay. Please listen to the bell. Sit comfortably. Eyes drooped or closed. Your back straight. Chin slightly tucked in without any stress on your neck. Legs grounded if you're sitting on a chair, or knees touching the ground if you're sitting on a high cushion. Tongue lightly touching the upper palate. Teeth not biting. Lips closed. Shoulders relaxed. And watch your breath. Just flow yourself with the breath. Feel the energy entering from the center of your palms. If you have them open upwards, resting on your inner thighs, on your lap, or on your knees. Let us take a few deep breaths in and out, at least 3. Begin. 3, 2, 1, begin. Again. One last time. Again. Please feel calm and relaxed and take your awareness to your feet. Feel the soles, Wriggle your toes. Feel the ankles, calf muscles, thighs, and ask the entire legs to soften and relax. Thank them for carrying you to the places of need and love since you started to walk on them. Straighten your lower back and your upper back and relax your shoulders completely. Feel the hands on your lap and ask them to soften and relax. Thank them for enabling you to carry, hold, touch, feel, give, embrace, receive, write, and so on. Move your awareness to your neck, slightly, gently move it to find the right position for it and relax the neck. Move your tongue in the mouth and slide your jaws left to right and feel relaxed. Take your thoughts and focus to your head and see if the mind is judging or distracted. Pause, recognize whatever it is doing, and realize by asking the mind to be still, clear, calm, and peaceful. Now take your awareness to your heart and see what the heart is doing. Pause, recognize if there are any agitation or any kind of negative feelings that is holding at this point of time. Be aware and realize it. And just let it go. Arise love, joy, and peace that has no boundary, expectation, but is pure, humble, inclusive, and profound. Please bring your body, mind, and speech in perfect oneness and imagine your loved ones. Send your heart along, wishing them acceptance, truth, love, joy, and peace. Wish them, may you be awakened from forgetfulness and transcend the path of worry, anxiety, and sorrow, or unwholesome memories. Feel calm and comfortable. Be composed. And imagine now, after a warm bath in a luxurious bathtub, you are sitting on your room veranda of the 9th floor of a majestic holiday home, overlooking the beautiful lawn with the possible avenue to joy and happiness. You are invited there by your organization because they will like to honor you. It is evening, the sun is setting. You are witnessing a mesmerizing setting of the sun with shooting colors thrown to the sky. It is just hypnotic. As you watch this mesmerizing panorama, panorama, a young, well-dressed bearer comes to you. There are a neat dossier and a fresh juice drink on the tray that is gently and with great honor placed in front of you. You deeply thank the bearer. You gently open the folder. There is a message of the organization that reads, "You as our chief guest is graciously invited to the 18th floor of the building at 7 p.m. You realize you have 1 hour to be there." As you look at the setting sun, you look in the beautiful decorated glass, holding it in your hands, looking into it, and you drink the fruits that's squeezed, the hard work of the farmers, the universe with all its love, the abundance of rain, air, sun, minerals on the earth, in the earth, that prepare these fruits that comes now in the form of the juice. You look at it, appreciate, thank everyone that made it possible for you to hold and drink it now. You take it and take its aroma and sip, roll it in your mouth and gently swallow. It brings a rejuvenating and refreshing feeling. Slowly you rise because it's time to get dressed and move up to the 18th floor for the program. You do not have much choice of dresses. You refuse the expensive suit that was offered by the organization. You believe in being simple and are careful to have only a few dresses to avoid being a burden to the planet Earth. You slowly go into the lift, thinking about what was going to come, what where you needed to be there. The lift opened to the chair of people from the organization. Welcome, welcome, our hero. You have no idea what you did so great to deserve this day. You had thought, since you were taken there, all you know is that you have worked sincerely like everyone. The CEO presents you with flowers. You shake hands with him. You are escorted to a chair. The floor was open to the vastness of the space that one could see the entire city around. It was on the rooftop of that palatial hotel. The roof was with light, transparent material. Everyone was silent. The CEO got to the speaker and said, "Today, we have come out of our office to honor our chief guest, which is you. The organization's board of directors has decided to honor the highest honor of the organization as the deputy CEO. He's been promoted." And suddenly you are taken aback. You wonder if you are not dreaming. There's a lot of applauding and cheers for you. The CEO says that you have been able to bring love to the organization. You have not taken notice of jealousy, criticism of co-workers. but you continue doing within your terms of reference, and nothing stopped you from going out that was within your control. Despite what others thought, you kept on sharing love, support, help, and care for others. You have been very innovative in your work. Delivery of work has been appreciable. In time, you have been able to help the organization co-workers build their relationship with the organization and at the employee's home, a few who are here today. Unlike many of us, you have always focused in your work and helping others, whether boss was around or not. You have given exactly each day the number of hours that all should give to the organization. Your patience, what you talk to others. You have very high empathy for others. We have all witnessed how you helped a few of our office colleagues when they were in pain due to family issues. You have been one of the most caring in the organization for others. You have gone over the weekends to help your colleagues and their families. You have given so much of your weekends for the cause of others. You have gained the highest trust in the organization after what you presented to the board. Thus, the board grants the benefit of a deputy CEO. You, as a new employee less than a year old, was asked to prepare a progressive presentation on the businesses of the organization to the board. What you did was first to see what was being done each year, and you added more than just what the business made in terms of sales, production, and profit. You presented per capita cost of purchase, sale, administration, procurement, stock, and more so, the trends of the last 5 years, competitors' weaknesses, and areas where the business could improve, and how it can surge ahead. You had answers to every question the board directors had asked you. The board is 20 years old. They were thoroughly impressed and happy. You are not able to understand what is happening. You have always been yourself and done the work sincerely according to the norms of the organization. You pinch yourself and realize it's real. You're asked to speak. You very hesitantly rose and expressed in the mic, friends, be yourself. Forgive yourself and others. Learn to go, let go, let go. But put your right intentions and efforts. Be proactive, humble, and kind. My mission statement is to be a loyal, true, and compassionate human being. This is what I think I did, nothing out of the blue. We can all do the same. You stopped speaking there, although they wanted you to talk more. Start to gather around you, shaking hands and congratulating you for the person you are. Even those who were very critical about you appreciated you as a great human being. Please bring back your awareness to yourself, to your body. Take a deep 1 or 2 breaths in and slowly breathe out. Open your eyes halfway, rub your hands, massage your legs, and you can completely open your eyes with love and compassion. Thank you, friends. We have a few last things to do. Okay. So here is the wish. I'm sorry, I've been a bit unwell since last 2 days, so I'm kind of little sleepy already. Here is my wish. May all the auspiciousness surround you every moment of your lives. May you be happy and well. May you be free from fear and any danger. May you bring happiness to the lives you touch. May you bring unconditional love to others and be loved and cared for. With this, let us sing our happiness song. 3, 2, 1, go. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And I'm not in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do. But I'm not in a hurry. Thank you so much. Tashi Dile, may you be always blessed in your lives, in your days that would come ahead of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, today we have a few questions from our viewers. So, 3 questions today. Let's take them one by one. Just Sangi asks, sir, as you guide through this imaginative meditation, it is quite often that I can't just be an observer of thoughts. I just follow the chain of thoughts, and it is hard to just be silent observer. Please help.
Okay, which means that when I'm doing this meditation, you're not able to continue listening to me. That's what you want to say, right?
Probably, yes.
Yes. So if you have closed your eyes and start to float with your, what I'm talking, if you put attention to the words that come, you can float. But the challenge, of course, is because your mind must be very highly triggered that as you're listening, suddenly you float away, your mind floats away. It's all right, but try and remind your mind to come back to it. Now that's why we do mindful breathing. In the mindful breathing, only we do is breathing in and breathing out, and mind will go away. You remind the mind to come back. And that way, you practice over and over again for days together. Then you begin to concentrate. Then the concentration definitely begins to arise in you, and you become a better listener. You will be better able to concentrate and focus in whatever your mind is fixed at or is trying to fix at. So it's a question of practice. I don't have an easy answer to this, but I would request you to practice mindfulness, breathing. Every morning, that 6 minutes you do on the bed. Also try to do in the evening with your family. In the morning, try to find, now you don't have much to do. So try to do, I guided one of you actually for many days. I asked the person to do it 42 minutes every day. And I can see a big change in the person already. So it is possible. All you need to do is really believe in it and start doing it. And then you will be able to bring your concentration, your awareness, your focus in whatever you do.
Thank you for the answer, sir. So then Ranjan Pal asks that yesterday you spoke about wisdom, moral, and character. Sir, could you please elaborate how can we apply this in our student life?
See, moral, I think I talked about character. Moral. Moral is 3 things in moral. Right livelihood. What does that mean? Right livelihood means that you should not eat those things that brings sufferance to yourself and sufferance to others. The food that we eat, if you eat too much of meat, then you bring sufferance to others because that's killed. You also bring sufferance to yourself because of the the chemicals that this product has. First important thing is that it has chemicals, and when it's killed, it also generates the unhappy chemicals in the body of this thing that you eat. So you have to realize that this is not good for your body. So when you're capable to understand that this is not good for my body, then you will try to eat those things that are not harming others or harming you. Now, this doesn't mean plants, the vegetables, the raw vegetables that we eat. Basically, they know when we go to them to pluck, they know that they are being, produced for someone. So it is in the interdependence, but not animals. Animals were never a part of our food. Only in Stone Age it was. So if you look into research, you've come to know that the proteins in greens, in mushroom, in vegetables, in lentils, in rajma, dal, all these are much, way better than in dairy products or in meat. Because, the casein, milk protein, if it is too much, then, if it, like when I say too much, 20% of your intake, protein intake, if it increases more than 20% of the protein from the milk casein, you can be sure that you will become cancerous. You can be sure that you will become diabetic. It's very sure. But it is being delayed as a young people because you are very active. When you are very active, your cancer cells are killed. It's produced, but it's killed. But when you slow down in your life, that's why you find most of people become very diabetic after they get into job and have a slower living life. Then you become diabetic suddenly. It's just because you have not been able to change your food habits. So right livelihood, under moral, one is right livelihood, which you can practice anywhere in your life. No problem. We say the food of mess is bad, but I've eaten your food. I don't think it's bad. It's only in the mind, in the perception that it's bad. Probably you are used to eating a lot of meat and dairy products, so you think this food is bad. But as long as there is dal, the lentil, I think there is this beautiful concept, and all this, I'm sure your mess meets. It's called G-bomb. Greens, BOMBS, G-bombs, G-bombs. So G stands for greens. All greens is wonderful. A lot of protein it has. Go for spinach, which is actually the better one. At my home, I ask them to prepare spinach and dal. Now you can try at your homes, And G stands for greens, B stands for beans. Beans are very powerful. O stands for onions, garlic, turmeric, and all that, all that's grown underground, okay, O for underground, which we do take it as a kind of spices in our curry preparation, which is wonderful. And then M stands for mushroom. Mushroom is supposed to be not from this planet. It has come, like our cell, from a different planet, probably, our guess. So it has a lot of potentials and values. So mushrooms. And then B for berries. Berries mostly stands for all kinds of berries, but fruits. I'm talking about fruits. Okay. S for seeds. Seeds are very powerful. For example, if you break the seed of what is it called? Peach. Break it. The seed, hard nut. You break inside. The inside seed, if you eat, it's really tasty. I love that. The potato seeds, the pumpkin seeds, they're all very good. They have vitamin B17, and this is actually also a cure for cancer. So you see, I mean, in food is everything. How much you eat and what you eat actually is your right livelihood. The second is, I told you, right speech, loving speech. You have to practice this. You cannot do without loving speech. If you have loving speech, what happens is, people will start to appreciate you. Your friend circle will expand like anything. People in the locality will love you like anything. They will say, oh, I wish I had a daughter or a son like this. Just out of the simplicity, you don't have to be brainy or anything. Just the behavior gives this kind of perception to the people that this is a great human being. Okay, so learn to speak well, positive words, try to manufacture them all the time. Wait, if you want to speak something, kind of put it rightly in your mind and then speak. Our mind is our brain so fast that it can quickly prepare everything. So right speak. The third one is, I said, right action. So in moral, you have these three things: right livelihood, right speech, and right action. Right action, action that will not harm you and harm others. So that is the karma. That is the karma yogi. The yoga that we do every day, any process we take in our life should not harm me. If I work too hard without sleep, it's not a right action. I'm harming myself because of less sleep, I'm decreasing my span of life. So you have to realize what is my action taking, first to myself and to others. And of course, I remember in my hostel that I used to kind of do little exercise in the night, and a friend on the other room would complain, saying that this guy disturbs us throughout the night, so so I was not very mindful in my action. I could have gone outside and done it, but this was what he said, and I realized that I was harming them. I never knew that the sound was going to the other room. So sometimes what we think is good for us may not be good for others. So try to look at that. When it comes to character, I talked about mindfulness, the journey, that 21 days journey we are taking. This is the first one, mindfulness. You have to be mindful. And through this process of mindfulness, I'm also trying to build concentration for you so that you are concentrative on whatever you do. So character has three. One is the mindfulness, which we are taking. Concentration, we are side by side trying to develop. And the third one is right efforts. What you would do tomorrow, try to do it today. And if you have time, do it now. Why wait for today? That kind of perception we need to carry. Your efforts should be right. Don't try to misguide yourself with efforts, because unless you see envision the outcome, you're not going to have the right efforts. If you envision your outcome at the end of day, like in the morning on the bed, you're taking intention. And that intention is, today I will love everyone in my family. Unconditional, just looking at them, you send your love to them. That could be an intention. Today, I will pour all my 8 hours in learning how to speak. That's an intention. So the efforts that you take with your intentions will be right. Of course, here we can also have bad intentions that can rewire our mind, but I'm talking about positive and good intentions. Okay, I hope I have answered this question.
And one last question for today from Bikram Mandal. Uh, he says, "Sir, I heard that our soul is eternal and immortal. If it is true, then what happens with it after our death?"
That's a question for the quantum physicists or quantum mechanic people. See, I think on the second day, I talked so much about our life. Sorry?
So you gave a very good analogy in the case with water, the
Yes.
water cycle and how it travels.
Yeah, so I gave the water cycle reasoning, and I also gave that we are built off of Bhagwan. We are Bhagwan. Bhagwan is in us, and we are in Bhagwan. So this should already be a starting point for you to understand that we don't die. We are in the water, we are in the air, we are in the earth, and we are in the sky. So we are everywhere. This form dies, but we are not dead. And soul is a consciousness where we learn to vibrate at certain frequency and we develop to get into peace, harmony, love, and joy. Peace is the highest form of our frequency in life, after which is supposed to be the enlightenment. Now, the quantum physicist, Michio Kaku, says that it was on, a few months ago, he was having an interview in ET television in Russia. He said that if we can vibrate at the same frequency like the dinosaurs would have vibrated today, we will not only feel them, but we'll see them here, right here and now. So in other words, nothing dies, which means that we also don't die. I would be alive after my form is gone because my conscience will continue to live. But when would I be born? I have no idea. I really have no idea. Just my example, because it might intrigue you. If you want, I can even share the horoscope that one Pandit Rajkumar Sharma from Mumbai wrote for me. When he saw me among 1,000 monks, he said, "You look like a light among the 1,000 monks, and I want to see your horoscope." So he wrote a horoscope and he said, "I don't know, such births are after 1,000 years. So I must have lived on this planet for 1,000 years without doing anything." And I have a friend in Chennai, Brahman, and he said, suddenly one day, 3 months ago, he asked me, "What is your date of birth? And what was the time of birth and all that?" So I told him exactly birth of time, I don't have any idea. It's between 12 and 12:30. And I gave him the date. And then he consulted Kasi Baba. And the message came back that I am one of the incarnations of Vaksiddhi. And I didn't know what that word meant. So I had to ask him, and he sent me a link to read Vaksiddhi. And I found it means whatever comes from my mouth would be pure and will be true. That's the kind of sense I got out of it. I don't know if that is true, but there are a lot of incidents that happens in our lives. Like, let me give you one example. One of the princes in Bhutan gave a birth to a young boy. Gave a birth to a boy. And when he was just 3 years old, 3.5 years old, or 4 years old, when he began to speak fluently, he started talking about Nalanda University. And he said, "Take me there." And so, it was prepared and they brought him to Nalanda University. It's in fact covered by NTTV. You can Google and see. He claims to be Vilochana, Guru Vilochana, one of the teachers. And he's born after 832 years since he was in Nalanda. 832 years. So he was showing, this is where I used to teach this. This space is for this, there. I mean, you can see him being taken around in that Nalanda. NTTV has covered it. So we are not dead. You are right. Whether you call it soul, we call it consciousness, we call it Atma, I think it is living. And rightly so, that in Sanskrit, let me put it this very bluntly, in Sanskrit, the world is mesmerized with this Sanskrit, because in the Sanskrit, in the verses is hidden the formula for a pi, and to the accuracy. In the verses is hidden the distance from earth to moon, earth to sun, earth. You can't believe, And I don't know, it is Maxia Centauri, something, a star, that is a recent kind of discussion in the, this is, I believe, also in Sanskrit. So I know that since 7-8 years, NASA is trying to decode all that is there in the Sanskrit. And I know there's a huge work going on in Germany on decoding Sanskrit. And you will appreciate that in England, many schools pray in Sanskrit before they begin their course of the day. So Sanskrit is becoming great, and everything, all this is abundantly, possibly all in there. And quantum physics now is trying to prove what actually in Sanskrit existed for thousands of years. So many things are becoming true, but we are, like I said, we are nowhere in science. We are in a very early stage of science. I think it will take many more years before we arise there. And for me, I believe you that our soul is never dead. That's why I think to get a good birth, we need to realize, go beyond peace in the frequency, so that we not only harm ourselves, we don't harm anybody around us. And when we are born, we can realize many things. I don't know if you have seen a video, a small of a boy. He's flying to Los Angeles. I don't know from where. I think it is an American flight. And he's in the cockpit talking about how to fly. The captain, everybody in the cockpit gets shocked. He talks about autopiloting. He talks about words that I can't even pronounce. Where would this child would have known all this? And you know what the captain says? I wish one day I will fly with you as your co-pilot. A 5-year-old boy. So many things like that. I know in India, many such births have happened. But what happens as a young child? We try to babble something and parents would not listen. They would talk it away, or when you ask questions, they would just shoo you away. They don't answer you. And slowly we forget whatever we are born for. So I believe you, my friend, that our Atma, our soul is never dead. Quantum physics believes it. So thank you.
Thank you. So we don't have any more questions today. So but two messages, positive messages. I would like to read them out for you. For Priyanka Burman says, thank you for the wonderful session. Within this 7 days journey, I can feel and realize the positive differences. Sir, and Vishwajyoti Putkayastha says, sir, after 7 days of practice, I try to stay aware, and whenever negative feelings like anger and hatred appear, I become aware of them, though I am not always able to overcome them.
Good, good. Thank you so much for this practice. Don't worry, you will be able to overcome. Just keep this constantly, this character, put this in you, and it will take little time, and I can promise you it will all be fine and fantastic. Please save these feedbacks and to share it with the chairman of Reiki Center. Thank you so much, everyone. All my love and greetings to you. Please stay safe. Please stay happy and healthy. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time. Thank you, viewers. We hope that we see you every day for the 21 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Anubhav.